Hi. Few days ago, we all received a notification in WhatsApp. So that morning, as soon as I woke up, I saw this notification that I received in WhatsApp. It looked definitely different, and it was an agreement. So when I was about to read what was it all about, my finger, unknowingly, without my permission, clicked on the agree button, as how it usually does for every other agreement or terms and conditions from all the other apps. Almost every one of us might have done the same thing, I believe so. Or in case if you are a person who read the whole agreement, then definitely, trust me, you are one in a million. And later that afternoon, I started receiving messages from my students asking if they will have to move to Signal instead of WhatsApp. Then it struck me that something was wrong about WhatsApp, and then I went on to dig about the information. So this video will have some clarifications about the latest confusion that is going on about WhatsApp due to the recent privacy policy. This is Shylu, and if you are new to my channel, please do click on the subscribe button and click on the all notifications so that you can receive the notifications about the videos I post here. So now let me first tell you the story of WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is an American software which was launched in 2009 by two founders or two friends named Acton and Koum. Koum was the one who named the WhatsApp to sound like "What's up?" Initially, WhatsApp wasn't doing well and it faced several crashes, and in fact, Koum wanted to quit WhatsApp, but Acton kept encouraging him to wait for a few more months. Acton was a former employee of Yahoo, and so he persuaded his 5 other Yahoo friends to invest in WhatsApp, and that is how WhatsApp began. Initially, WhatsApp had a subscription fee of $1 to download and then $1 annual subscription fee through which you can send free text messages and pictures if you're just connected to the internet. And if you can remember, prior to WhatsApp, most of us only used SMS to send text messages, and there would be a fee imposed for every SMS, or in case if you're sending a text message to a person in a different country, the charge would be different as well. And we had limited number of SMS per day, like maybe 3 SMS or 10 SMS per day, I believe so. So that is when WhatsApp came into the market with free text messaging all around the world with just $1 subscription fee. So people started trusting WhatsApp and the growth was tremendous. There were 400 million active users of WhatsApp in 2013 and its value was estimated to be 1.5 billion US dollars. WhatsApp was constantly growing even without having any sort of advertisements in it, unlike YouTube or Facebook. Facebook was silently seeing this, that WhatsApp was tremendously growing. It was constantly growing every day, even without having to publish any advertisement in it. So in 2014, Facebook acquired WhatsApp for 19 billion US dollars. The value of WhatsApp that time was only $1.5 billion, but Facebook acquired it for $19 billion. And to this date, that is the largest acquisition of a company by Facebook. Somehow this acquisition displeased the common people and users started complaining of poor service. And if you can remember, during those days there was a big rumor spread that the subscription fee of WhatsApp will be tremendously increased because of this acquisition. Because Facebook acquired WhatsApp for a huge amount and somehow they had to earn that amount. So people thought they would be imposing a very high subscription fee. But what happened was totally opposite. Surprisingly, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, announced that WhatsApp would be totally free and there won't be even that $1 subscription fee from there on. Their ultimate goal was to reach every smartphone and WhatsApp succeeded in that. Then several other features were added to WhatsApp like video calling, voice calling, adding status, two-step verification, and so on. While everything was going good, in 2017, Europe fined Facebook for 110 million euros under the reason misleading. So what happened was in 2014, when Facebook acquired WhatsApp, in the acquisition documents it had mentioned that they would never combine the user information from Facebook and WhatsApp, and that was technically impossible. But in 2016, it was found that WhatsApp had begun sharing user information with its parent company to be used for targeted Facebook advertisements. Let me explain this. In case if you liked a restaurant and shared about it to your friend over WhatsApp, later when you go to Facebook, it would show you some similar restaurant advertisements around your area. It is actually useful in a way for common people, I would say, and almost every other app does it. But since WhatsApp declared that they wouldn't do it and later did this, they were fined. Facebook in fact acknowledged the breach, but they said that the statement in the document was an error during the filings, during the acquisition. Then in 2017, Acton resigned from WhatsApp and started a non-profit group called the Signal Foundation. Now you know where does the signal come from. You remember who is Acton? The same co-founder of WhatsApp who encouraged Koum to stay for a little longer and who persuaded his other Yahoo friends to invest and finally built WhatsApp. Now he is the one who developed the WhatsApp competitor, the Signal. And in the next 6 months, the other co-founder, Koum, also left the WhatsApp company. After that, several other features like swipe to reply, stickers, dark mode palette, and so on were added on to WhatsApp. And in January 2021, the new privacy policy was rolled out. This new privacy policy states that it will allow WhatsApp to share data with its parent company, Facebook. And the users only have an option to accept this policy by February 8, 2021 or to stop using the app overall. But this notice was definitely different, I would say, because it did not even have an option to reject. Usually an agreement comes with an option like agree or reject buttons, but this time it was only agree or you will just have to close the entire notification. And this policy does not apply to the European Union alone because it is illegal there. Remember the hefty fine earlier? Better not to mess up with them. This new privacy policy has brought a lot of commotion and confusion among several WhatsApp users that some of them even decided to move to other texting apps like Signal. In fact, the Signal server was down twice due to large number of users all of a sudden. And you might have known even Elon Musk tweeted to use Signal. People react much to this only because WhatsApp does something currently which it earlier claimed that it will never do. But YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or be it any other app never proclaimed any such promises, so it shares data and we all know that. The trust on WhatsApp was just enormous and everyone around started using WhatsApp. Even the oldest people in our families use WhatsApp only. And that's why the backlash was worldwide. Respect for your privacy is coded into our DNA. This was the privacy policy of WhatsApp earlier, but now only this has been changed. Now the new policy states that your information will be shared to Facebook, Instagram, and all of its family companies. We might think it is still okay as long as WhatsApp itself does not publish any advertisements in the app while texting, unlike YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, but there is a glitch in it. The policy says we still do not allow third-party banner ads, but it also says in future it might be included. But one point is to be noted: all your WhatsApp messages are still end-to-end encrypted. That is, they can't read your messages that you write in WhatsApp, or they don't hear your calls in WhatsApp for sure. But they just use only the metadata, that is the collection of information, or you can say keywords. After a lot of issues over the new privacy policy, WhatsApp again released an update stating that the WhatsApp will not be closed on 8th February for those who did not accept the new policy, but the date is now postponed to 15th May. So if you haven't agreed to the new policy, you have time until May 15th to decide whether to agree to the policy and continue using WhatsApp or stop using WhatsApp overall. So until May 15th, WhatsApp will have time to convince everyone. Now, based on the recent update, WhatsApp says it will only take the metadata that is related to business and not your personal texts to families or friends. Say for instance, if WhatsApp knows how much money you have through your messages, it will advertise the products based on the amount of money you have, and it has nothing to do with your good morning, good night texts or love messages. Let me summarize this for you. When WhatsApp came into the market, people trusted WhatsApp mainly because of its privacy policy. And now WhatsApp has grown a lot over a period of time, and now the privacy policy is just changed and people are reacting to it. But the policy is not something different which the other apps does not do. It is just similar to what every other app does, something similar to Facebook or Instagram. But the problem is Facebook or Instagram never claimed that it will not share your data. So we all know that our data is being shared and we still use Facebook, YouTube or Instagram. But WhatsApp said it will protect our privacy, and now it has become like the other apps in the market, and hence people react to it. So on the whole, we can say WhatsApp mainly succeeded because of its privacy policy, but now when it tries to deviate from that, let's see what the future has in store for WhatsApp. I might still continue to use WhatsApp for now, and maybe if necessary Signal also. Let me know what's your view on this. Let me know in the comment section. Will you still use WhatsApp, or will you move to Signal, or will you try to use both the apps?